I wanted to share how one of my employees was able to steal my bank account. The way he did that was, the reason he was hired was to help with tax stuff and also to help with better ideas on things. So he told me that if we switched to this other bank, that we could save money on our interest on our mortgage. So that made a lot of sense to do that. So he gave a reason to switch banks. And then once we had that reason, he helped arrange setting up the meeting to sign the papers to open the bank accounts. And the lady from the bank came, but she didn't hand me the paperwork to sign. He handed me the paperwork to sign. Now that's a very important detail there, because what happened was that there was some paperwork that was not there, that I wasn't able to see, which made a very important difference, because he signed papers to make himself the primary account holder of my bank account. The papers that we signed, me and Ian, we signed papers that apparently made us on the account but not primary account holders. Now, after he was able to become the primary account holder, then you can open up credit cards, debit cards, and things like that. So he opened up both of those, and he had complete access to all the money. And the other important thing about this topic is that anyone can go to any bank and open up a bank account in any name. So the way we transferred money was writing the check from TurboLab to TurboLab. So we could cash that at any bank with a TurboLab name bank account. So that's how, really, and he could have not even had us on the account at all, but he had control of it, which he should have never had that. And we were not made known of that happening until we found out. And later, it wasn't long after that he got caught, and now it's going to multiple felony charges. Help share this video, because if I can get about 15 million views, I can get my money back. Otherwise, it looks like I'm going to have to take 3,000 trips to the bank. He is paying me back, but the amount of money that he's paying back in relationship to what was stolen, I'm going to have to go to the bank 3,000 times. So the bank is about 10 miles away, so it's going to cost 30,000 miles on my car and driving, plus whatever gasoline that adds up to. So there's a big loss on this end, but luckily we were able to still save the business even despite of what happened. Some important details are that the lady that set that deal up with us, she was fired immediately, like less than a week. Her job was gone, and there was no reason if this was why that had happened, but it seems very likely that's what happened there, is that she was fired because papers were signed not in the banking office, and probably because they were signed out of sync because of the way it was handled with the paperwork. Another thing I do want to mention is we did fully recover our bank account. The way we were able to do that, we called the police, they held him here, and then while he was here being held, we were able to go over and switch the account over so that we could sign the papers to remove him as the account holder, which ironically, about that situation is usually to remove somebody from a bank account, you have to have both parties sign and agree on that. But I think that they were able to do that because it's a small town and they knew who we were, and maybe similar circumstances to that. And on top of that, the whole illegal activity that was going on with that situation.